Check, welcome. Thank you everyone so much for joining us here today. I'm Johan from OmniView Tech, and today we will be covering the all-new DJI Matrice 300 RTK. Also with me is our Director of Technology, Pedram, and a few special guests from DJI. We have Grant and Joyce, as well as Stephanie Wang. So Grant is DJI's Enterprise Solutions Engineer, who will also be touching upon Flight Hub, DJI's fleet management software. And Joyce is the DJI Service Key Account Manager, who will be available to answer questions regarding the DJI Enterprise Shield program. Stephanie will also be on the line to answer any questions with regards to any of the sales-related aspects of the units. But of course, everyone here today will be available during the Q&A session at the very end to answer all of your burning questions about this fantastic piece of machine. In the event we don't have time to get to all of the questions, please feel free to send us an email at enterprise@omniviewtech.ca, and we'll be sure to get to basically all of your questions. We'll do our best to address everything today, but in the event time doesn't allow, we'll be sure to still help you guys out and ensure that everything is well answered. All right, so let's get started. Roll the clip.
Every day, good people fight fire, save lives, and keep our world revolving, even in the toughest conditions. In times like these, nothing is more critical than being able to trust your team and your tools. Meet the new Matrice 300 RTK and Zenmuse H20 Series. Together, they form the foundation for reinventing the world of work. A world that demands more. We've reimagined what it means for tools to be tough, reliable, and intelligent. The Matrice 300 RTK and Zenmuse H20 Series, rewriting the standard for industrial UAV solutions.
All right, thank you very much, Johan. So that was a little quick clip about the Matrice 300 RTK. I'm super excited to be able to present this for you guys. My name is Pedram from OmniView Tech. So as the Matrice 300 series continues to evolve with more capabilities and onboard technology, it can assist your team with carrying out complex mission and tasks. The refined airframe propulsion system designed gives you more efficient and stable flight, even in harshest conditions. I'm just going to touch up on some of the key features and specs on the DJI Matrice 300 RTK. So it does come with a 55-minute maximum flight time, which is super interesting, leading in its class, 7 meters per second max descent speed. It does come with, the propellers that it does come with will give you a 5,000-meter service ceiling. However, there are upgradable props that you could purchase, and it will give you 7,000-meter service ceiling. In terms of wind resistance, it is resistant 15 meter per second wind resistance, which is equivalent to 54 kilometers per hour, and maximum speed of 82 kilometers per hour, which is equivalent to 23 meters per second. So I'm going to quickly just jump into the BS60 Battery Station, which is included with the combo kit. So the BS60 Battery Station provides storage and charging for both the aircraft, the remote controller batteries. Fast charging allows you to conduct your mission without running out of power, not to mention the ability to hot swap the batteries during your mission. Very interesting, it does come with 8 TD60 battery slots and 4 WB37 battery slots. Now the WB37 batteries, some of you may remember them as the Crystal Sky batteries. So it allows you to charge 4 of those. And it can bring 1 pair of TB60 batteries from 20% to 90% in about 40 minutes and fully charge them in about 70 minutes. So it's very interesting. You'll see on your screen there an image of the battery station. It is very convenient. It comes with a handle and wheels on it, which can allow you to carry and store it with ease. And it also does enable nonstop continuous flight by being able to hot swap the batteries and continuously charge them. Next, I'm going to talk about safety and reliability of the Matrice 300 RTK. So to enhance in-flight safety and aircraft stability, dual vision and TOF sensors appear on all 6 sides of the aircraft, offering a maximum detection range of up to 40 meters, with options to customize the aircraft sensing behavior via the DJI Pilot app. I'll show you guys the UI in going forward, and we'll show you guys exactly how that looks like. Even in complex operation environments where flying can prove difficult, the 6-directional sensing and positioning system help keep the aircraft and mission safe. It can withstand 100 millimeter of rain over 24 hours, which and is rated of IP45. Another really cool feature of the unit, it does have a top and bottom auxiliary light. Top and bottom auxiliary light great for inspections or for illuminating surfaces in low light conditions. Now, next, we're going to talk about the OcuSync system. This is the OcuSync Enterprise Transmission System. OcuSync Enterprise enables transmission up to a whopping 15 kilometers away, supports triple channel 1080p video downlink, which means that it can transmit 3 1080 HD images back down to your remote. And it does also allow real-time auto switching between 2.4 and 5.8, and that's designed for reliability. So next, I'm going to talk about the UAV Health Management System. The new Integrated Health Management System, also known as HMS, can display the current status of all the system notification logs and preliminary troubleshooting guide. Also in the system contains the aircraft's flight log, duration, mileage throughout the entire life cycle of the aircraft, and tips on the aircraft's care and maintenance. So this is great for professional maintenance of your drone fleet, so you guys can know exactly what's going on with every single aircraft. Now, next, we're going to talk about the redundant system. It does have the ability to be able to fly with 3 propeller, and this is called the 3 propeller emergency landing. So it can maintain control of the aircraft, especially in cases of a motor malfunction. On board, we do have an extra wide FPV camera, maintain situational awareness, even if the camera payload is not functioning properly. And it does also come with ADSB receiver, which can give you information, real-time information about airplanes and helicopters within a 20-kilometer radius. We're just going to quickly look at the 3 propulsion emergency landing video, just to show you guys exactly how that works. All right, that's very cool. So some of you may know the 3 propeller emergency landing as headless mode. So the unit you will lose yaw functionality out of the unit, but it will have full pitch and roll functionality, which will allow you to control the aircraft safely and bring it down to a safe landing. So next, I'm going to talk about some of the advanced intelligent features. These are revolutionary features that DJI has incorporated to the Matrice 300 RTK. The first one is the Smart Pin and Track feature. So this feature enables data collection from exactly the same location every time. It greatly improves the accuracy of the automated missions. After photos from a sample waypoint inspections have been recorded, operators are able to mark the subject of interest. During the subsequent automated flight missions, AI algorithms will perform a comparison between the marked subject and the current live view. This will allow correction of the camera's orientation accordingly to deliver consistent and accurate results every single time. Next, I'm going to talk about the pinpoint. Pinpoint is a mark, and you can mark an object in the camera or map view with a quick tap. The advanced sensor fusion algorithm will immediately calculate the coordinates, which are projected to all camera views as an AR icon. The location of the subject is automatically shared with other remote controllers if you do have them paired up, or to an online platform such as the DJI Flight Hub. We will get into the DJI Flight Hub a little bit later. Grant will be talking about that. This is a great function for mission critical tasks that need coordination with multiple departments or team members. Next is the Smart Track feature. The Smart Track feature identify and follows moving subjects like people, vehicles, boats with Smart Track functions, where auto zoom is applied for steady tracking and viewing. The subject's dynamic location is continuously acquired and shared with other remote controllers or to DJI Flight Hub. Next is the Smart Inspection tool. A lot of you that do inspections, you'll love this feature. It can automatically add a new point when taking photos or recording videos. Automatically adds actions when adjusting gimbal pitch pan to take a photo. After one manual flight, all subsequent flights can be added to the waypoint inspection mission and can be created for future automated missions. So you can do one manual flight, save all that data, camera angles, zoomability, and later on you can just with the tap of a button be able to reenact that. Next, I'm going to go into a little bit of the customization capabilities of the Matrice 300 RTK. The aircraft does come with Payload SDK, Onboard SDK, and Mobile SDK. First off, I'm going to start off with the Payload SDK. So this allows it can allow integration of various third-party payloads like gas detectors, speakers, multispectral sensors, and way more. Payload SDK supports DJI Skyport, DJI Skyport V2, and DJI Export. These greatly reduce the payload development lifecycle and maximize the potential of your payload in more diverse scenarios. The Onboard SDK harnesses the full computing power of your M300 RTK. Onboard SDK supports customization development of a wide range of features, such as the 6-directional sensing and positioning, UAV health management data, and the Waypoint 2.0 and more. Mobile SDK allows a large network of third-party mobile applications, which can unlock capabilities of your drone platform to meet specialized mission needs. Utilize Mobile SDK on the M300 RTK supports highly customizable mobile app developments. So next, I'm going to talk a little bit about the compatible third-party payloads. So these are just a few. I'm sure more third-party payloads will come out in the near future. These are some of the most popular, such as the Spotlight, the Megaphone, the Laser Methane Detector, and also the MicaSense Matrice 300. MicaSense is compatible with the Matrice 300. Next, we're going to talk about the smart controller. So DJI has taken the original smart controller and have beefed it up. This is called the Enterprise Smart Controller. So the DJI Smart Control Enterprise comes with an ultra-bright 5.5-inch 1080p display that maintains clear visibility even in direct sunlight. Twice as bright as conventional devices. It supports DJI Pilot and also third-party apps. So some of you are super excited about that. It can support third-party apps. It does come with an HDMI port as well to allow you to set up a second screen or be able to shoot it out through any sort of streaming platforms. It also is operational in -20 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. It also allows advanced dual operator mode, which is a very neat feature that DJI has developed, and we'll get into that in a few seconds. And it also has a micro SD slot. On the screen, you can see the primary flight display. You can notice some differences from the past. The flight data are displayed as AR on the screen rather than digital in the bottom corner. We'll get into that in a few seconds, and I'll do a display of how that looks. I want to talk about the advanced dual control. Either operators, so once you have two remote controllers paired up to the aircraft, either operators can now obtain control of the aircraft or payload with a single tap. This creates new possibilities for mission strategies as well as higher flexibility during operation. So you have the capability of the drone pilot plus a sensor operator mode. You can switch the aircraft control in flight between remote 1 to remote 2. Both RTCs do need to be paired before takeoff, something to keep in mind. And this is really great for taking off and landing in different locations for complex or long distance missions. So next, we're going to talk a little bit about the use cases. As you can see from the intelligent features, this drone can increase the effectiveness of your team. This can help your team complete difficult tasks while proving to be an essential, proving to be an asset in regards to safety and efficiency. Here's an example of the Pearland Police Department using the Matrice 300, how it can assist them in completing their mission.
As a police officer, we handle all the typical functions that you're familiar with.
Any type of variety of calls that anybody would call 911 for, anything from emergency medical, fires, police-related incidents.
If we needed a bird's eye view, we'd have to call Houston Police Department to try and get their helicopter out, but sometimes they're busy. So what we realized is we could have been more effective, more efficient if we had a drone program. When you're on the ground, all you can see is straightforward. Sometimes there's trees, sometimes there's high grass, sometimes there's a building, but if you get a bird's eye view, you can see around all of that. It allows you to be more efficient, and if you need to bring in more resources or if you have enough resources. If we are first on scene, the time is very important. If we had a missing person, we can put a drone in the air like the Matrice and get it moving. Then at that point, we will start breaking the search areas that we think that person is in, whether that is provided by a directional from one of our K9 units.
The K9 works well with us because they can give us that direction of travel. The drone is a great resource. You can cover a lot of ground, you can check a lot of areas, and then we can scout way out in advance on the speed at which we can check areas. And then the K9 can course correct us, so together we're an effective team. There's nothing that beats having a thermal camera to see everything that you can't see in the darkness.
So the point of interest would be great for us because we can get the GPS point. We can say that this is the point of interest that we have. We can send that out to everybody else so that they know they need to go there. That could be huge to be more effective and more efficient and trying to get people to where people need to be picked up.
As we expose the different officers here to what we can do, they all come around the idea that this is going to make everybody a little bit safer.
And so having that bird's eye view or having a spotlight, having a thermal, all adds to the ability to have a safe scene, to provide ground assets with more information. The more information we have, the better decisions we can make.
Okay, perfect. So next we're going to talk about the payloads. So we're going to talk about the DJI's first hybrid sensor payload that they have created. So it does come in two different flavors. It's the H20 and the H20T. The big difference between the two units is the thermal. So the H20T, the T does stand for thermal capability. The zoom camera comes with a 20 megapixel, 23 times hybrid optical zoom. And the hybrid means that it is a mix of optical and digital zoom. It comes with a radio, the T version that is, comes with the radiometric thermal camera, which is 640 by 512, max frame rate of 30 frames per second. It also comes with an integrated laser rangefinder. And this will allow detection of objects of about 1,200 meters away or 1.2 kilometers away. It also does come with an integrated wide range camera, a 12 megapixel wide range camera. Equivalent focal length of the wide range camera is 24 millimeters. Next, we're going to talk about the payload configurations. It does come in 3 different payload configurations. You could have a single downward gimbal, single upward gimbal along with a single downward gimbal at the same time, or simultaneous single upward gimbal and dual downward gimbal. The aircraft is compatible with the H20T, the H20, the Z30, the XT2, and obviously some of the third-party payloads that I touched upon previously. So this chart right here gives you a little bit of indication of the flight time with different payloads and their weight. So as the weight payload weight does increase, you can see a little bit of a decrease in flight time. This is very interesting. With a 2.75 kilogram payload, we're getting a 31-minute flight time. So great to DJI for providing such a robust aircraft. Next, we have the integrated UI. So the H20 series comes with an all-in-one UI that enables fast switching between wide angle, zoom, and thermal. Now, just as we said before, we do have Joyce on the line from DJI, who will be able to answer any questions that you guys may have on the Enterprise Shield program. The Enterprise Shield program was created to provide comprehensive protection for your DJI Enterprise products. Enterprise Shield Basic is included standard with your purchase of a Matrice 300 or the Zenmuse H20 or the H20T cameras. This will allow 2 replacement of the aircraft or the payload in a span of 1 year. Enterprise Shield Plus plan is also available for total accident protection for your entire DJI Enterprise fleet. Next, we have the DJI Flight Hub. We do have Grant on the line that will be sharing his screen and chatting a little bit in regards to the DJI Flight Hub. I'll just give you guys a little bit of a quick overview. The DJI Flight Hub is a one-stop solution for managing your drone operations, supporting large organizations to effectively scale their aerial operation. Compatible with the Matrice 300 RTK, you can integrate Flight Hub directly into your existing fleet of DJI drones, leveraging its real intel across your organization. Now we're going to pass it over to Grant, who will be sharing his screen and will be able to go a little bit more in depth about the DJI Flight Hub.
Hey guys, great to be here. Okay, looks like I got the screen sharing ability now. Thanks for passing that over. All right, so you can see here, just going to show you how you'd incorporate this in the Pilot app first, and then show you the Flight Hub management system online within the browser. So within the Pilot app here, you can see as I play the video here, after you sign up for Flight Hub, you can just go into the settings. Right now, for this example, we have a Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual. You go ahead and enable the Flight Hub data sync, and then you can bind the aircraft to the Flight Hub account. Go ahead and choose a team. And then that's a one-time thing. And then you can see in the bottom right, as long as your device is connected to the internet, you're able to continuously sync data from the Flight Hub as the aircraft is bound. And then just to show you here how you'd initiate a live stream in the application, all you do is go to the 3 dots here in the top right. Click live stream, then Flight Hub, and takes a second to load up, and then your live streaming will begin. All right. So here's the web portal here. So you just go dji-flighthub.com, where you can activate your account. And Flight Hub ultimately allows live operations management, flight data management, and then fleet and pilot management. So you can see, have an aircraft turned on right here called Grant's Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual. You can see it's currently on the ground right now. You can see manually flying, not doing a mission flight, takeoff time, as well as my pilot information. So gonna go ahead here and start a live stream along with the flight. Working with VO to stay legal here. But you can see the height on the screen there.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
And then you can see the live stream that pops up there too. So as I've increased the height of the aircraft, the height on the Flight Hub will change as well. And you can also see the live stream as well here by just simply clicking on the camera. So you can see as I move the drone, You can see it on the live stream as well. And apologize if that's not coming through as well through the Zoom kind of doubly live streaming here. But you can hear it on the controller there. You can see pretty low latency overall. All right, going back to our main page here. So you can see you can have multiple aircraft here. You can see where they're at. You can have the pilot's live stream. That's all possible. And then moving into the flight logs and statistics here can be important for your team management. You can see number of flights during the date range, the total time, and the average time of flights. You can also click on a certain team member and see, okay, within the past month, they have 46.5 minutes of flight time. Maybe your organization has a minimum flight requirement, and that's an easy way to check and see the flights. You can also go into here and look at a previous flight. So for example, we could go here and replay, and then you can see where the flight took place with the drone. In regards to team management here, you can see I just have 2 members on this account, but you can have administrators, captains, and then pilots or called players here as well. And they have different responsibility levels. So administrator oversees the whole system. The captain can still log into the system, but doesn't have the administrative control. And then your pilots or players in this case, they're able to upload their data and live stream, but they can't go into the system and edit the data or see the live streams. So as the administrator, you have the ability to set different management levels for each person. You can do separate teams as well here. So you can see, these members and drones are assigned to the North team, but you can add additional teams as well. So hopefully that gives you all a quick overview and idea of the Flight Hub system. This is the Flight Hub Advanced plan. And we do have additional plans that get a little bit more into the weeds as they're hosted on a private server. They do enable a few more options, but a little more complicated to set up. So just wanted to show you a streamlined process here for the Flight Hub database, and certainly more information available online and also by contacting OmniView as well if you have any additional questions, or we can cover some in the Q&A time as well.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Grant, for that detailed overview of the DJI Flight Hub. Next, we're going to move into the Q&A section. And we're just going to quickly unmute everyone. And Johan's going to come on the line, and we'll be able to just direct some questions over to everyone and get some of them answered.
All righty. So right off the bat, one of the first questions was, can the lights be turned off completely, and does it have IR lights for covert operations? I think that's something Grant can address.
Yeah, sure thing. So there's not IR lights on the drone itself, but you can go ahead and turn all lights of the drone off using the discrete mode. And you can even pre-program that to a button on your RC to quickly turn that off. One thing to note is if you have members of your team, the public safety space, who wear IR beacons on the ground, you can turn the IR cut on for the zoom camera, and you'll be able to see them using that H20 camera on the drone itself, those IR beacons.
Awesome. All right, the next thing I think is also for you, Grant. Will the SDK allow the RTK GNSS messages to be written into the image exif data of the multispectral sensors?
Yeah, I would have to check with our SDK team with that one, and we'll follow up in regards to that one.
All right. Other question was, is MicroSense good for mapping? I think Benjamin can answer that one.
The MicroSense unit is not the best unit, not meant for mapping. It was designed for agricultural analysis and multispectral analysis. However, you can use it. It will give you a 2 to 3 centimeter GSD when you are flying at 80 to 120 meters AGL. It can be used, however, it is not the best tool to be used for that mission.
All right, thanks for that, Andrew. Another question about Flight Hub. Can access be shared to a client so that the client can see a project in real time? I think that one would be for Grant.
Right. So yeah, you'd have to create an account for someone else to be able to access the Flight Hub online portal or see the live stream. You can create, obviously, as many accounts as needed, but you need to create an account for someone to view these streams there.
Awesome. While we are on the Flight Hub topic, another question was also with regards to the private enterprise version of that. What are the backplane requirements if it's hosted by the agency?
Yeah, it can certainly provide specifics in regards to the setup. It might be best to just email that over instead of running through them online here, but do have specific specs for that that I can provide. You use Ubuntu to host that on the private server, so can certainly send those over post-webinar, probably the easiest way to see the specs.
Awesome. And still under Flight Hub, would it be possible to live stream to a single user rather than basically having the scene commander see the entire fleet? They just want them to just view one particular user.
No, not at this time.
Okay, and there seems to be a good amount of questions about Flight Hub. Will there be a delay in the stream for officers in a command bus with regards to live streaming?
Yeah, there's a small latency delay with the live stream, partially dependent on your network, but it's about, I would say, a second or two, depending on environment and network connection.
Awesome. Going back into that topic of account creation for the live stream, will that also allow them to see everything else?
Yes. Yeah. If they're a captain, they would be able to see other information within the Flight Hub account.
Alrighty. And a couple questions about the X7. That's a popular one as well. Can the X7 be compatible with Matrice 300?
Yeah, so the X7 is not compatible with the M300. I know this is a common question. The M200, which it is compatible with, has an image processing module on board. So if you're familiar with the system, you have to take the SD card out of the drone, mount the X7 on port 1, etc., along with the X5S and the X4S. The M300 does not have an image processing module on board, so you can see that the compatible cameras do indeed hold the SD card within the camera itself. So I know a lot of folks use the X7A for mapping and B for high resolution photos. The H20 series does cover the higher resolution part of this, where you're able to maintain a 20 megapixel photo all the way up to 23-time hybrid optical zoom of the camera itself. So externally beta testing that with some of our utility clients, they were very happy with the image quality while being able to stay farther away from infrastructure than they were before because they need that high resolution photo. On the mapping front, we're working to bring a payload along with one of our PSDK partners in order to use the M300 as a mapping drone mapping platform. At this time, though, with the M300, you're not able to collect survey grade data with the compatible payloads. So P4 RTK and the M200 with the X7 24-35 millimeter lens remain the best options at this time in regards to the survey and mapping that you may be doing with the X7.
Awesome. We also have a question about the thermal side of things on the H20 sensor. What is the thermal camera type on the new H20T? And then after you answer that, there's a follow-up question to that as well.
Gotcha. Not sure exactly what they're referring to on the type. Regards if we're looking for a specific millimeter or specs or whatnot. Don't have the exact manufacturer of the thermal camera published publicly. It's not a FLIR sensor, which you may have been used to using before with the XT2 or the XT, but you're going to see very similar features with it, where you can split screen between visual and thermal camera. You can get a specific thermal temperature since it's a radiometric camera, and then it also just comes in one SKU, one spec, a 13.5 millimeter for the 35 millimeter equivalent of that thermal camera.
Awesome. And is there an SDK for the sensor to optimize applications with this particular sensor, like similar to the FLIR SDK?
Our SDKs support the new H20 camera, so I'm not sure exactly what you're looking to do with the thermal camera itself. The H20 and its capabilities are supported through the SDK. So if you have a specific use you're looking for in order to use the SDK with the thermal camera, can certainly follow up in that regard to see if that is possible or currently available with our SDK.
Awesome. And I believe we have already addressed this, but just in case we missed it, in terms of the delay time for FlightHub, is there a like milliseconds or however long that is there an actual stat to that for the live stream?
Yeah, I don't have a exact, because that is obviously somewhat dependent on your network in that regard.
All right, so hopefully that answers that. Okay, and finally, I think I have another question here. Is the Matrice 300 compatible with any LiDAR system? I think Pedram can answer that one.
Yes, there are two LiDAR systems that OmniView Tech does provide, and both of them are compatible with the Matrice 300 through mission planning as well, using the DJI Pilot as your mission planner. That's something that if you guys would like more information in terms of functionality, features, and accuracy data, you guys can definitely reach out to us, and post-meeting or post-presentation, we can definitely address all your questions, but it is compatible and can be used.
Great. Jumping back to the question for the H20T camera, can you extract metadata from the H20T with SDK? I think that would be something for Grant.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Can you extract metadata from the H20T camera?
I'm extracting metadata from the H20T camera.
So
yeah, I'm not sure. You can go ahead and do the video captioning with the SRT during a video with the camera, and then also the photos themselves have the metadata, the EXIF file, the XMP information in regards to the specific settings on the camera during the time of the photo. So not sure exactly if that's what you're looking for. I guess we're going more into the SDK side of these things too. So once again, if there's more in-depth SDK questions, would be best to check with our SDK team, and I can certainly do that on behalf of the customer if we have specific questions in that regard.
Alrighty. So I do have one of the attendees with his hand up. Let me just double check to see here what we can do. All right, I think we're just about to get that.
Yeah, Jason, we just gave you access to turn on your mic. I think you had your hand up and you had some questions. Alternatively, Jason, you can also ask the question in the chat box in the corner, and we'd also be able to answer it there as well.
All right, we do have a couple more minutes for any other last minute questions. We'll be here. We will be more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, feel free to also email us at enterprise@omniviewtech.ca.
Okay, I think that's all the questions we have for today. I really want to thank everyone, each and every one of you for coming and attending today's webinar. Just so you know, we can continue answering, just like Johan said, any questions. If you guys have any quote requests, feel free to send us an email. Our email is enterprise@omniviewtech.ca. You can also come into our shop as well if you are local. If not, definitely through email or even giving us a call. Our number is 855-741-8324, extension number 1, and we would be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Once again, thank you everyone for joining, and definitely would be more than happy to see you guys on future webinars. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.